What's up, guys? It's Jimmy back here on the King Shocket Customs channel, and as you can tell today, kind of looking around me here, I'm not in my usual setting. I'm back at college. I'm in my dorm room. So today, unfortunately, we're not going to be working on the truck, obviously, because I can't do that here. But I have another idea for another type of video that I want to do because it's a question I get asked like all the time, and it's where do I get all my parts for my trucks and the projects that I do? Where do I get my parts for my dash swap, my front clip swap, etc. So that's a question I get asked probably once a week, and I figured I'd make a video so now I don't have to answer it every time. I can just kind of direct you to the video and you get a better idea of what I mean here. So let's get into it. I'll name the things that I think are the most important, where I get my parts from, and most importantly, the cheapest without spending a boatload of money. And we'll get into it. So here we go. So this is like my first type of video like this, so bear with me here. I'm just going to kind of write my stuff down on a piece of paper here, and then I'm going to show it to you like this because I don't have a whiteboard right now or anything fancy with the screen. But I'll write it down one by one, and I'll tell you my sources, and we'll kind of go from there. All right. So as you can read on here, this piece of paper, it says dealership versus individual. Now, I don't care what it is, most things, if you get them from the dealership, are more expensive, especially body parts and things of those nature. They are very, very expensive from the dealerships, and some things you can't even find anymore. So right off the bat, this video will not be for the dealership people who want to go to the dealership and get their things, because that's just not a source I use. It's typically way more expensive, and a lot of times we don't have stuff in stock right away. So whenever I go there, I try to avoid the dealership just because I know I can save money elsewhere. So we're going to go into the individual right here, where it's less expensive, because in reality, I've been doing this for a long time now, and you can get things from individuals a lot cheaper. And there's three main sources that I use. Number one is Facebook Marketplace. I know a lot of guys who watch my videos are on the Facebook forums and stuff, so you definitely know about Marketplace. You can get cheap things there, individual people who are selling them who really don't care what they sell them for, whole trucks, parts trucks, you can find anything on there. So after I'm done listing my things, we're going to go through each one. I'm going to show you what it looks like and what I usually do when I'm looking for parts. Number two is Craigslist. It's recently been fading away because of the rise of Facebook, in my opinion, at least in my area. Craigslist is not as hot as it used to be probably 5 to 10 years ago. Because it's just people are going on Facebook, not listing things on Craigslist. And frankly, Craigslist is not as interactive as Facebook is by its nature, but you can still find good things on Craigslist. There's lots of people on there who list things, so we'll also explore that one. And number three, which I hope everybody has heard of before, is eBay. You can find so many things on there, or Amazon. They're kind of close, but I prefer eBay for some things because Amazon does not have everything. So eBay, you just kind of go there, and I'm pretty sure most people know what eBay is, but I'll show you that, what I usually look for, and where I get things from there. So alright guys, so now that we've kind of discussed where I get my parts from, I kind of wanted to just show you the interface and what each source looks like, and usually my strategy when I'm trying to look for parts. What to type into the search bar and all that. So here, as you can see on the screen here, I'm recording my Facebook here, and this is kind of my first time using a program like this where I can screen record a thing and then also record myself. So doing that, and usually this is Facebook Marketplace. What I do is I go to the search bar here, and now if you have a Facebook account, you should have access to Facebook Marketplace. It's a great place to buy parts and sell things. So what I usually do is I will start off by typing in an F250 when I'm looking for things. And I just scroll down, and I'm using Dallas, Texas. I picked that arbitrarily here for this video. And I'll usually try to look for a parts truck if I'm looking for dash parts or front clip things or swap parts, bumpers. Usually sometimes people will post them as a full truck. You can go take parts off of them. So I start off with F250, see what I can find. And I usually look for F350. That'll bring up more results. Or what I do is I look for F350 parts. You can type that in. That's a good keyword. And see, now we got a 2008 truck, which is a perfect truck to be taking parts off for these swaps. And there's another one if you're looking at 550 parts. This is just a keyword that you got to type in if you're looking for things. Be patient with it, you'll find some stuff. But then you can type in F250 parts. See, that brings up another truck right here. That's a 7.3. That was only posted 6 hours ago. So there's a good chance there's probably some good parts left on that. So this is my first one that I use. I just wanted to show you what I type into the search bar and my strategy actually. Now we'll move over to Craigslist here. And Craigslist is a little more sensitive when you type in things. It doesn't usually give you back the feedback that Facebook will, just because it's very keyword sensitive. So for this first one, I just type in F250. I usually click the owner button over here because I don't like dealing with the dealerships. I don't looking at their hundreds of ads on here because usually they're asking outrageous money for the truck that's not worth anything. So I usually bypass them and I will look for listings like these where they have lots of parts, see if I can get a good deal on something, more things like this. Or what I even do is I'll come back in here, type in F350. It'll load different trucks and see parts, bad engine right here. That's a good candidate possibly to check out. So that's usually what I look for when I'm browsing Craigslist. Or if those don't work, I will type in Ford diesel if I'm looking for Power Stroke something or other, because a lot of times people tend to get lazy with their listings and they will just type in diesel truck and nothing else. So those ads are less likely to be found when they're poorly listed like that. So I try to type in a couple different keywords that can trigger a listing to come up that I'm looking for. So now we'll move on to eBay, which I hope everybody here has heard of eBay. If you haven't, it's a great source to get parts. Pretty much whatever you want, they have everything. Or Amazon. But for example, if we're looking for a fuse box for a dashboard, you're putting accessories on your truck and you need it quickly, here's a good place to get it. Or Amazon, you get brand new. And just neat little things like this. But if you even need little parts like dashboard parts or little parts on the exterior, headlights, usually don't recommend eBay headlights. They're not the greatest. But if you need stuff like that, it's a great place to get it. They guaranteed if you need a part that you can't find, somebody on eBay has it for the truck. There's been multiple occasions where either the dealership wants an outrageous amount of money, or it's a part that I don't really want to buy new because it doesn't really matter if let's just say I lost something and I can't find the part, and all I need is a used part to be in place of that one, since it's not really going to break ever, something like that. It's a great place to get it. You're guaranteed almost to have somebody who has every single part on these trucks used. So usually this is where I go, these three sources. eBay tends to be the most expensive, I would say, for looking for used parts. So let's just say you're looking for a full dashboard. It's typically going to be more expensive on eBay than Facebook, just due to the fact that eBay has worldwide reach and shipping at its hands. So it's usually more expensive on eBay, but if you're looking for a dashboard or something big like that, I would say stick with Facebook Marketplace and go pick it up locally rather than getting that shipped. But this is just my strategy of what I do to get parts. I get asked this question like all the time, and now I can kind of point you guys towards what I look for and my strategies in doing it. So, all right, now the last thing I want to address is OEM versus aftermarket parts. Which ones do I buy? Can I get a better deal on something that's not as expensive as an OEM part and it'll function the same? And that question's kind of iffy because there's a lot of things out there that people make, and typically OEM is better. There's some exceptions with some companies that make even better products than the OEM stuff. Like, for example, I mean, you go with ARP studs. Those are an aftermarket product, but they're better than head bolts. So those are exceptions to what I'm talking about. But usually I try to go with OEM stuff whenever I'm working on things. If I'm in a pinch and I need something right away, I mean, maybe I'll go to Napa, get an aftermarket Dorman unit, but not usually for engine parts. I always go with OEM for engine parts, but if I'm working on like a little something that doesn't really matter, or if it tanks, it doesn't really matter, I could still drive the truck. I will try to see if I can get aftermarket if I really need it, but if it's an OEM part that is crucial to the performance of the truck, and I'll spend the money and I will go with them because usually they last. And I mean, I've not really had much problems with OEM parts on a 7.3, so it's my main thing that I do is 7.3 work. So I want to address that problem now that we've kind of talked about where I get my parts from. And in this case, most of the parts are used anyway. So you can pretty much assure that they're OEM, like body parts. They're always usually OEM if you're buying them used from somebody. So that's it. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video today. I hope you guys learned something new, and hopefully I answered your question. And this kind of format where I'm videotaping myself here in my dorm and using my computer or whatever, let me know if you guys think this is a good idea for a video while I'm here, because obviously I can't do much work on my truck. I can kind of talk face to face though and answer questions, and see what you guys are thinking with these swaps and kind of go back and forth in that manner. But I just wanted to try it for this video because why not try something new here? And I wanted to get a video out because it's been a little bit, but I am working on King Ranch seat video that I did before I left home, and the King Ranch seats are in the truck and I got them all wired up, everything works. So I'm just working on editing that video for you guys. So that will be up shortly, probably within a few days, hopefully. But then other than that, I mean, I thank you guys so much for watching this video again. Like I said, let me know if you want to see more of these. And definitely leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video.